And due to circumstances beyond our control, Wake Up Wenatchee Valley is back at it again on another Monday, and a brand new month has greeted us. It is the first day of October 2018. I am Dan Kuntz, your host, news guy. Steve Harrod to my immediate left, Cat in control. Monday. How are ya?
Hey, we're doing great. Had a great weekend.
Yeah, good.
Great weekend.
Good.
How about yourself? I know that you were busy Saturday covering a big parade up in Leavenworth.
Yeah, I had a one-day weekend, but that's okay. That happens every once in a while in this industry that we have chosen to hang our hat on, television, or as we like to say in the business, TV. But I was in the Bavarian Village doing the Autumn Leaf Festival parade on Saturday. After a long night, Friday night, we did the Wenatchee Moses Lake football game. It was a bit, I don't know how many hours I put in last week. It was like 12.
Yeah,
I mean, I was just wiped out, just totally wiped out. It is a Monday. Lots of things going on. It's the start of a brand new quarter. We have a great show for you today. Got a couple of very important guests coming in. We're going to split it up in two parts. Jessica Arroyo and Shannon Sims will be dropping by from Health Alliance Northwest and Confluence Health. It's time for you folks on the Medicaid plan to start thinking about your plan for next year. I know it's an important thing.
Medicare or Medicaid?
Medicare, I'm sorry. It's that time of the year again to figure out what you want to do for the upcoming year, so we'll talk about that. And then our friends from CASA, Dory and Sue, will be in, court-appointed special advocates. So we got two sets of guests coming up in the second half of the show. A lot of sports, a lot of news, today in history, birthdays, everybody's entitled to Mike Minotti's opinion, the obscure holiday, jam-packed show. First Monday in October, Supreme Court back in session today.
That's right. It's 4 and 4,
yep.
right?
There's 8 total. But yeah, they're one person short and will be for a while, which can really throw things for the loop. They got to figure out, what cases they're going to take. It takes 4 votes to grant cert and put it up to the docket. And when you only have 8, it could be difficult. There's going to be a whole bunch of cert petitions sitting around waiting for that 4th vote once they get up to the full 9-member court, which could be a while now.
It could be. Could be a week. Could be a couple of weeks. But I think it's they got the votes. I think it's going to happen. But who knows?
I'm not going to speculate on that.
Who knows what this supplemental investigation will
But I got 2 magic words for you. It's going to make everybody feel good. October baseball.
Yeah.
As good as it gets. Some playoff games today to break some tiebreakers in the National League. We'll talk about that. Lots to get to. You ready to go around the valley?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
My favorite part
on
of
this Monday morning. It is overcast and 48 degrees. That is the Wenatchee Valley proper. Looking good from our 4K camera. Just about 10 minutes ago, there was a bee buzzing around right in front of that lens, and it looked pretty, scary, actually. It was like, wow, what is that?
This time of the year, I think they're a little scary anyway.
It's going to be a lot warmer today, by the way, than it was yesterday. We only hit 61. That's all we got to up at Pangborn. We'll be closer to 70 today. But the weather story all this week, unsettled weather and very windy on Tuesday and Wednesday. Forecast details coming up. Camera 2, what do we got, Kat? We're going to take a look at, is that Badger pulled way back? That's Cougar Ridge pulled way back. In the general vicinity, Cougar Ridge, of course, is
cloud formations this morning.
That looks cool. You know what that looks like?
I give up.
That looks like 2 ducks kissing.
Or a Rorschach test.
Yeah, or that actually looks like my appendix right before it burst. That's a great shot. Thanks, Kat. Beautiful shot there from our Sky-Fi cameras. Camera 3 is a slow dissolve to Rock Island.
Lovely shot.
The Rock Island line, in case you didn't hear, Steve, is a
mighty fine line.
It really is. Good morning, Rock Island. Thanks for joining us. We are the number 4 rated local morning television show in the greater Rock Island area, and camera 4. I hope we go to Billy Goat again. Yeah! That's what we started out with this program 4 minutes ago, with an incredible shot of our Billy Goat camera, our highest camera by elevation, Steve, over 7,000 feet above sea level.
Sunrise over the Columbia River.
Beautiful. You can see Pateris, clear as a bell. You can see Brewster hanging in there looking good. The Medhow emptying into the Columbia. Good morning, the Upper Valley.
Go up north, seeing some pretty pictures of some snowfall this morning.
Don't talk about that. I'm not ready for winter. Winter means no golf.
Well, it's hit Ferry County and some of those Okanagan County, the higher elevations. In fact, I would imagine Uriah's new cabin probably has a mantle of snow.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
And Tuesday night, as we transition to the weather forecast, look at the overnight low on Tuesday night, Steve. First time we've seen the 30s in a long time. Look at that, 39.
There it is.
The overnight low on Tuesday night. Hey, it's October. Cloudy today. No sunshine. Sun's taking the day off. No wind to speak of. Just overcast and 69 degrees. Yesterday's high, Steve, was 61, so it's going to be considerably warmer.
I'd rather see these temperatures around February of next year.
Yeah, I'm all for that. And if we have an El Nino year, we might just have that. Good looking day tomorrow. Best looking day of the week. If you like sunshine and not a lot of wind or rain, that would be tomorrow. Lots of sunshine, but the wind's going to be picking up, especially in the afternoon. Light wind in the morning, not really much to speak of, but in the afternoon, the wind will be picking up west wind 15 to 20 miles an hour, gusts up near 30 on Tuesday. Again, Tuesday night with the clear skies, 39, but the overnight low. It's going to be breezy into the early evening hours. Eventually, the winds will be dying down Tuesday night into Wednesday. Quite a bit of sunshine Wednesday, a lot cooler. No wind Wednesday. And Wednesday's high of about 63. Thursday, partly sunny, 64. We'll take you to the weekend because we like weekends around here. Friday, partly sunny, 61, 62, 66. Those are your highs on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Unsettled weather, really, for the most part. The one dramatic thing that's going to be happening, it'll be very windy Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday evening before it dies down on Wednesday as a cold front pays us a visit. As far as rain, just a slight chance of some light rain off and on. Best chance of measurable rain is on Saturday.
Still very, very dry out there, folks.
Yeah.
In fact, out in Ephrata area, I think they've gone 106 days without rainfall over 0.01 inch.
That's not a lot of rain. It doesn't take a lot of rain for the rain gauge to go, gotcha.
Well, we got a trace of rain, I guess, on the 27th, but that was it.
We had enough to measure it, which made our drought officially kind of over, but then we're right back to this dry stuff. We need rain. We really do. 6.5 minutes after the hour, we're going to take a break. When we come back, a weekend full of events was covered by our award-winning news team. Has our news team won an award?
Not recently, but we're in line.
I'll print one up on my computer before the day is over. The news is 1 minute away with Steve Hare. News Guide is brought to you by our friends at Cascade Medical, trained with a physical therapist who loves the outdoors as much as you do, and that's Cascade Medical. They're partners in your health.
The physical therapists at Cascade Medical love the outdoors as much as you do. But sometimes where there's love, there's also pain. Let us help you get back to the activities that you love. Cascade Medical, partners in your health.
This is the NCW Life Community Calendar brought to you by Local Tel. Apple Days is this Saturday and Sunday in Kashmir. This is a family-friendly weekend filled with apple pies, games, live music, and more. The community open house and celebration for the newly remodeled Local Tel Event Center at Pybus Public Market is this Saturday from 10 to 2. There will be tours, live music, activities for kids, and more. For more information and other community events, visit ncwlife.com.
And now it's time for your local news update with Steve Hare.
Oh, welcome back to the program for this October 1st Monday. Again, I'm Steve Hare. And here's what's happening around north central Washington. First of all, let's recap the weekend. The fall colors were on full display in Leavenworth for the weekend's Autumn Leaf Festival and Parade. The annual event attracts thousands to the Bavarian-themed town. The colorful parade was covered live by our NCW Live cameras. The Zuminis were doing the honors of the broadcast, Diana and her husband Jim. Colorful Parade was covered live again by our cameras at NCW Live, and if you missed that parade, be watching for our program guide because you'll be able to watch it on demand on our website at ncwlife.com. Also, nearly 150 people turned out last week for a town hall in Chelan to discuss the potential sale of the iconic Chelan Butte. Mayor Mike Cooney said the private owner of the 900-acre property approached the city to discuss possible conservation opportunities.
The Butte is just this iconic, almost spiritual place for Chelan, and there's potential of it selling. I met about a year and a half ago with the guy that owns it in Salt Lake City, and we came to an agreement as far as the city would purchase it along with the help of Trust for Public Lands, and it actually would be put aside in conservation easement for hiking trails, mountain biking trails, no motorized, but the idea would be to preserve into conservation easement, and also to preserve the views, which people value very much. The flip side of it is, if it were to get purchased, it would take a lot of money, granted, but somebody does have a lot of money, and they could build up to 900 homes. And they could put resorts up there and 2 golf courses. At one time, not too long ago, that was proposed. And I don't think there was nobody in that room last night, and I think the room had something like 150 some people. It was all head nods saying, yes, go for it, let's secure it. So that's kind of a community wish.
Cooney says those in attendance at last week's meeting, the sentiment to preserve the local icon with local trails, a group volunteering to help develop trails if the city and the Bureau of Land Management make that ultimate purchase.
What are the next steps? It would be to line up funding for it. It would be to somehow get this tied up with the owner so that the city would have a chance to get the funding put together. And I do have a belief that if the public wants it, there's going to have to be some type of buy-in from them. And one of the things we took off the table was a property tax bond issue. That would probably be the last thing we'd ever look at doing. They're highly unpopular, but there has to be something that the citizens, either capital campaign, taking charge of the maintenance of it, building trails. So the idea is to get it. And we do have a strong Trails Alliance in our community that has volunteered to help out there. I think the gain from having it as probably North Central Washington's most iconic view, well, at least for Chelan it is, and also a great recreation place. There are so many people that hike that butte on a daily basis. If you were to go up there today, you'd see most of town up there.
Mayor Cooney says the city is working with the Chelan Douglas Land Trust to use the Wenatchee foothills as a possible blueprint for success on conservation. And he said they'll continue to work with the state and private property owner on that issue. Also, property owners in the East Wenatchee area are feeling a little sticker shock after receiving their annual property valuation notices. County Assessor Jim Rood said the area is experiencing a dramatic uptick in property value, and it's all being driven by a hot real estate market.
I don't know if outside money's coming in to drive it, but the Seattle market's one of the hottest markets in the nation. We're following that trend here locally too, and it's pretty wild right now.
Now, Rood says some landowners are experiencing a 30% increase in their valuation.
We're seeing significant increases based on the market. The sweet spot seems to be around that $300,000 area. Like I said, the median price is around that $325,000. We're seeing people, locally move up into Waterville, as they're looking for more affordable housing. They kind of drive out a little bit more, but it's just based on our changes are a reflection of the market. And we're usually a little bit behind the market. We're trying to play catch up. And in these hot markets, we're required by law to be at 100% of market value, or as close as we can get to that. But in these markets, it's very difficult to get to 100%.
Now, Rood stresses that the change of value notices you receive in the mail are not, I repeat, not your tax bill, and the tax rates will be set at a later date. Says if you have questions, you can call his office, and by the way, appeals can be filed with the county's Board of Equalization. In other news this morning, an online death threat directed toward the Waldwick High School's homecoming resulted in the arrest of a student last week. Waldwick school officials and the Grant County Sheriff's Office investigated the threat and were able to connect an internet provider address to a suspect. After further investigation, the suspect was arrested and then booked into Grant County juvenile justice system. The Sheriff's Office does not believe there is any credibility to the verbalized threat and that there was no evidence of a formalized plan or actually any actual preparation. Waldwick's homecoming week, by the way, starts this week. Chelan County PUD reports another scam is making its way around the Wenatchee Valley, this time involving text messaging. Scam text messages are being reported by customers demanding immediate payment of their electric bill. PUD does not text bill notifications. If you receive a similar text, please call the PUD, their main number, 663-8121, to report it. Now, the PUD also reminds customers to check your account, and that'll put your mind at ease. Also, dozens of people gathered on the Wenatchee Pedestrian Pipeline Bridge Saturday to bring awareness to mental and substance abuse disorders. The Hands Across the Bridge event was held in conjunction with National Recovery Month.
If somebody is looking for recovery, how are they supposed to find it if it's entirely 100% anonymous? How are they supposed to find it if people don't know where to access it and people have never seen a living, breathing example of recovery? And so that's what this is all about, is bringing recovery out into the community, having recovery on the news, having social media campaigns that celebrate the miracles of recovery, and making that be the narrative, because that is our narrative. There are 23.5 million people in the United States in long-term recovery from addiction, and we need to start telling that story.
Sponsored by the Washington Recovery Alliance and the Central Washington Recovery Coalition, that event included guest speakers who shared their stories about overcoming addiction or struggles with mental disorders.
You know, and one thing to us, to all of us, is recovery matters. You know, recovery makes a difference in our community. You know, and on the other side, we talk about miracles in the programs that we work. You know, so on the other side of the wristband, it says, recovery is the miracle.
Also, Chelan County Superior Court Judge Kristen Ferreira also addressed the group, explaining how the county's new drug court operates.
I will just speak a little bit about drug court, and I'm excited about the drug court too. We've started in June, and we do, one of the things that we really focus on is we're starting from what the system's been doing hasn't been working for most folks. And so this is just a step in the right direction. It isn't perfect, but it's going to help more than what we've been doing. And I do think, again, that the voice of people and the support of people in this coalition is going to help us be successful and to find even better ways. So we're going to hopefully constantly be evolving so that we can provide that support and get that help from people who have lived through it, who will know what the steps are needing to be taken to get people into recovery.
Saturday's event culminated with a picnic at Walla Walla Point Park, and all about 24 people showed up for that event, including the bridge event where they all linked hands across the bridge, and very poignant message that they all have. And in fact, NCW Life will be covering soon a session of the new drug court that Judge Ferreira presides over, and really a great new way to reduce recidivism, I know, repeat offenders, if you will, this new drug court, and maybe you know, fixing their lives, as it were.
Yeah, the drug court was badly needed, and it's a good addition to the criminal justice system.
Absolutely.
I agree with you 100% on that. Cloudy skies, 46 degrees outside of our studios. Inside of our studios, it's what, about 70? Quite comfortable, I would say.
Yeah, it feels nice.
Around the region we go. Let's see, Cashmere, downtown Cashmere, 48. Suburban Cashmere, also 48, right near at 47. Chelan, 45. And we're going to have lots of clouds today. Highs will be in the upper 60s to right around 70 degrees, and then things get kind of cattywampus. Lots of wind. Sunshine Tuesday, but a lot of wind. Tuesday night spilling into Wednesday, and then with a cold front coming in, we're going to cool way down. It's going to feel like October, and we mentioned this on Friday. Here in the Wenatchee Valley, I haven't seen a lot of the trees making that transition, and we're still about 10 days away from peak autumn colors. They say it's usually right around October 10th or 11th, depending, of course, on weather. But I noticed as we drove up to the Upper Valley on the way to the Bavarian village of Leavenworth on Saturday, there was a lot of, quite a bit of fall color up in that area.
Absolutely.
So.
By the way, the ballots are going out, I think, in a couple of weeks, aren't they?
Ballots go out on the 20th, I want to say, Friday the 20th of October. That's a guess. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Right after our big political forum.
Yeah, we have a forum coming up that we'll be, we're co-presenting with our friends at Coho Radio and the Wenatchee World. That will be on Wednesday, October 10th. Wednesday, October 10th at the Numerica Performing Arts Center. And we'll talk about that more as we get closer to it. The news with Grant Olson comes your way at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock on television, 5, 6, and 10. The news with Grant Olson, also handling the weather forecast. Eric Granstrom will be tackling sports. You like that metaphor, tackling sports?
I like that, yeah.
Thank you. You can watch it on this very television station at 5, 6, and 10. You can watch it on demand on our website at ncwlife.com just about 5:30 in the afternoon. Also available to peruse on our Facebook page, and those are two of the tools that you can use to get a hold of us. News guy, Steve Hare.
You can contact us at our website, ncwlife.com, by social media on Facebook and Twitter. Also, write to us at our email address. That's news@ncwlife.com. And if you see news breaking, break it to us first, would you please? Call us on the hotline at 888-6295. That's 888-NCWL, the NCW Life hotline.
20 minutes after the hour on a busy Monday. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, live this morning from Studio 4 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Life channel.
I have a doctor who knows what they're talking about.
It's just so much more hands-on and friendly than anywhere else I've ever been.
It's really great to walk into somewhere where you feel welcomed and you feel accepted.
We've just been grateful for the care and respect that we've been given there.
And here when I come to visit my doctor, I'm not afraid to ask questions.
It's not just about getting you in and out.
I love my care at CVCH. It's awesome. Give it a try.
Yippee Skippy and Yahoo Wenatchee Valley. Collins Fashions launches our buy one red tag clothing item and get the next red tag clothing item free. That's right, free. Awesome selection of tanks, tees, capris, ankle pants, dresses, etc. Quality brands like Not Your Daughter's Jeans, Jag, French Dressing, Joseph Ribkoff, Tommy Bahama, and many more. Selected sale on Brighton and Lotus handbags and wallets. Sandals from Soft Nicole on sale as well. Awesome sale, awesome service at Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
And welcome back to this Monday, the first day of October's edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I'm Dan Kuntz. Sports. Sebastian Janikowski's 52-yard field goal as time expired was the game winner for the Seahawks. They beat the Arizona Cardinals yesterday afternoon. The final was 20-17, an emotional win for the Hawks. Not just the way it ended, but what the team lost in the process. Free safety Earl Thomas suffered a fractured lower leg in the fourth quarter. Tight end Will Disley suffered a patellar injury in the first quarter. As you might imagine, Pete Carroll was emotionally drained when he met with reporters after the game.
Earl was extraordinarily poised on the field for what just occurred, to be so clear and so resolved to what he knew what happened, and but he was so poised and giving back to the players and all of us, and the bittersweet is so obvious that that's how we're feeling about it. So this was about the game. This was a really interesting job for us today to play like that on offense and not convert a third down the whole day. We ran the ball for over 170 yards, which is fantastic. Mike Davis ran like crazy. He gave us a great effort today when Chris couldn't go, and Rashad helped out as well. It was the kind of style we like. That's fine for us winning that way. I know everybody wants to have these big margins and all that stuff, but that's playing offense and defense and special teams all day long and giving yourself a chance to win on the last play of the game, and we did.
Mike Davis led the way offensively, 21 rushes, 101 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. Russell Wilson also surpassed Matt Hasselbeck as the winningest quarterback in franchise history. 75 wins now for Russell. Seattle returns home Sunday to host the Los Angeles Rams at CenturyLink Field. College football Saturday. Gardner Minshew connected with Aesop Winston on an 84-yard touchdown pass deep in the fourth quarter, and the Cougars came from behind to knock off Utah in Pullman. The final was 28-24. Salvan Ahmed and Myles Gaskin combined for over 160 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. Huskies no problems with BYU, 35-7 on Saturday night. Sam McPherson scored 2 of Eastern's 4 rushing touchdowns. Eagles topping Montana State in Big Sky football. The final there, as you see, 34-17, courtesy of Les Schwab. And Riley Hennessy with 31 for 49, 436 yards, 3 touchdowns, but it wasn't enough. West Texas A&M spoiled Central Washington's first ever night home game. They beat them. The final was 28-26. The Wenatchee Wild. They found themselves in the middle of an early season 3-game losing streak. They fell at Vernon Friday. The final there was 2-0, but the Wild bounced back Saturday in Trail. They downed the Smoke Eaters 5-2 behind 2 goals from Christoph Filion and won each by Chad Sasaki, Josh Arnold, and Christoph Tellier. Wenatchee travels to Prince George Thursday, Chilliwack Saturday before finally getting a home game next Friday against the Nanaimo Clippers. The Les Schwab Prep scoreboard over the weekend in soccer, one final to report, actually a couple of them. Chelan shut out Wapato 4-0, Omak edged Manson in girls soccer 3-1. Les Schwab scoreboard, Prep football Friday. There you go. The game that was featured right here on the NCW Life channel. The Wenatchee Panthers dominated Moses Lake 34-0. 3 touchdown passes and another rushing from sophomore quarterback Camden Searman. Eric Granstrom and Grant Olson were there, and they had the call on the NCW Life channel.
First down and 10 for Wenatchee at the 16-yard line. Trying to break a scoreless tie here with 2:46 clock running in the first quarter. Sermon about 4 yards deep in the backfield. Gets the snap, fakes the handoff, throws over the middle. The wide open receiver with the catch and the touchdown, Wenatchee. It goes this time to Riley Kuntz, the 6'3", 235-pound junior. Hauls it in for the touchdown from 16 yards out.
You know, I was watching Riley Kuntz earlier, Eric. He's such a huge target out there. As you mentioned, it's 6'3", 235. He actually looks a little bit bigger than that, and he was wide open. I'd love to see the Panthers use that tight end a little bit more.
I'd just do it again. Moses Lake stack it up defensively right across in the center, and the snap back, and this time he's going to get the push, and he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Wenatchee. Sermon from a yard out. It's a 13-0 Wenatchee lead. So the Panthers going to go for it here, kind of no man's land. You don't want to punt the ball away. Maybe they'll just go for the end zone on a 4th down and 24 for the Panthers from the Moses Lake 34-yard line. And he's going to go for the end zone, looking deep, and the ball is caught by one hand. A flag comes out. Let's see what the penalty is. But right now, it looks like an amazing catch from 34 yards out by Darius Carlson. But did he push off
I think
before
he did,
got
Eric.
the ball?
I saw a little push off at about the 1-yard line.
The Panthers,
but there was contact by both players.
Yeah, Panthers are clapping their hands, saying that no, they're going to wave the flag away, and it will be a touchdown.
Wow.
34-yard pass play. Sermon to Carlson, one-handed grab. How about that?
2 catches, 52 yards now in the game for Carlson, and that's the 3rd touchdown for Camden Sermon here in the first half.
3rd down and goal from the 4. And now they're going to shift the offense. 2 tight end set here, and a snap back, fake of the handoff to nobody, throwing the end zone, the ball caught, touchdown. Again, it's Kuntz from 4 yards out on the pass play to Sermon. Beautiful throw in the end zone, and the touchdown. The Panthers extend the lead to 27-0.
4th touchdown of the ball game for sophomore Camden Sermon. 1 rushing, now 3 passing. He had 2 in the first half, and also the 2nd touchdown of the ball game for the big tight end Riley Kuntz. And what a weapon I think he is.
It's been all Wenatchee since, honestly. Turn, handoff again, Tucker running left, inside the 20, inside the 15, to
it's
the 10,
in.
to the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Jax Tucker. We got a flag coming in, but that's not going to keep the score off the board as the Panthers extend their lead 34-0.
Make it 3 straight shutouts for the Panther defense. Looking at the rest of the Friday night results, Eastmont won their homecoming game. Good game over West Valley. The final there was 37-24. Cheney closed out Cascade 20-0. Okanagan edged Chelan 14-12. Waterville Mansfield dropped their homecoming game. Bateras got the better of them 44-26. And Manson topped Tenaska 25-18. And finally, baseball. Nelson Cruz got a well-deserved standing ovation from the crowd at Safeco Field Sunday. The Mariners wrapped up their regular season with a 3-1 win over the Texas Rangers. Guillermo Heredia and Cameron Mabin each had 2 hit games. Seattle finishes the 2018 season 89-73, 3rd in the American League West. Of course, we got October baseball. The National League Central and West divisions, they need one more game to determine post-game seedings. They're all in. The question is, who's a wild card? And who wins the division? Milwaukee and Chicago play off today at 10 a.m. That'll be followed by Colorado and Los Angeles at 1. Today's games will determine who plays in the wild card and who moves on as the division winners. The American League wild card game is Wednesday at Yankee Stadium in New York. The Yankees and the A's. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Monday at 29 minutes after the hour. It's time for the obscure holiday of the day today. Today is International Coffee Day. Always celebrated on October 1st. One of the most popular beverages in the world is coffee. Historians believe that coffee was first discovered in Ethiopia but was cultivated on a large scale and eventually traded worldwide by the Arabs many, many years ago. Despite its popularity, coffee has had its critics. Sultan Murad IV of the Ottoman Empire hated coffee so much that he made coffee drinking an offense punishable by death. It's just coffee, that's all. Studies have shown that drinking a moderate amount of coffee can help you live a healthier and a longer life. Just don't drink too much of it. International Coffee Day, an absolute essential to start my day every day here on the NCW Life channel, 30 minutes after the hour. Today in history. It's the first day of October. We got a lot of firsts. Stanford University, one of the finest educational area anywhere. I mean, as far as universities, Stanford is not near the top. Stanford University opened for their very first day of classes for the first time ever on October 1st, 1891, 127 years ago. Another first. The very first World Series game was played on this date in 1903. The Pittsburgh Pirates defeated the Boston Pilgrims 7-3 in Game 1 of the very first modern World Series, America's greatest sporting event. 87 years ago, the busiest bridge in the world opened to traffic, the George Washington Bridge, which connects New York City to New Jersey, opened to traffic on this day 87 years ago. 103 million automobiles travel the George Washington Bridge every year. That makes it the busiest bridge in the world. The toll, by the way, to go from New Jersey to New York is $15 on the George Washington Bridge. The toll going from New York to New Jersey is nothing. The very first superhighway in this country opened 78 years ago today, the Pennsylvania Turnpike. The first superhighway in the United States opened to traffic. It basically connects Pittsburgh to Philadelphia. It goes 360 miles across Pennsylvania. If you travel the entire 360 miles on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, the toll there is $47.15. The first superhighway opened on this date 78 years ago. I told you it was all about firsts like that. For instance, the People's Republic of China was established and declared by Mao Zedong on this date, October 1st, 1949. China has been communist ever since, 69 years ago today. 61 years ago today, In God We Trust first began to appear on U.S. paper currency. It had been on the coins for a couple of months, but it first appeared, In God We Trust, on paper currency in this country on October 1st, 1957. October 1st, 1962, Johnny Carson takes over The Tonight Show. The very first broadcast of The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson happened on this date 56 years ago. There are no videotapes of it because they didn't think they should keep the tape. Oops. 47 years ago today, October 1st, 1971, Disney World opened near Orlando, Florida. I've been to Disney World. It's big. Disney World opened their gates for the first time on this date 47 years ago. And I told you this was all about firsts. And finally, on this date in 1982, 36 years ago today, you could go to your local electronics store and buy a CD player. Sony launched the very first consumer compact disc player, the model CDP-101. It costs, at the time, $730. It's worth cost you about $1,000 today. The very first CD player hit the market on this date in 1982. And finally, we got some birthdays for you. Happy birthday, Jimmy Carter, the 94th president of the 39th president of the United States. We haven't gotten to 94 yet. The 39th president of the United States, Jimmy Carter, James Earl Carter, was born in the state 94 years ago today. Happy birthday, Jimmy Carter, much beloved. William H. Rehnquist, the 16th Chief Justice of the United States, was born in this state in 1924, passed away of cancer at the age of 80 in 2005. Considered by many the most effective Chief Justice of the last 50 years. My favorite quote from William Rehnquist about being on the Supreme Court. He said, "You spend your first 5 years on the court trying to figure out how you got here, and then you spend the next 25 years on the court wondering how the other 8 got here." William H. Rehnquist was born in the state in 1924. And Julie Andrews, the English actress and singer, fully retired now. She's 83 years old today. She has an Academy Award, 5 Golden Globes, 3 Grammys, a couple of Emmys. Screen Actors Guild Lifetime Achievement Award. The legend Julie Andrews celebrates birthday number 83 today. It's 34 minutes after the hour. 2 sets of guests coming up in the second half of the program. We'll do them in order, so we're going to take a break. Everybody is entitled to Mike McNally's opinion, and then we come back. Jessica Arroyo from Health Alliance Northwest and Shannon Sims from Confluence Health will be joining us. We'll take another break, and then our friends from CASA will be joining us. A busy 26 minutes still to come on this Monday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
What's your mocha emergency.
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frappuccino.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha Frappitas.
A peach Red Bull.
We've been in the cleaning industry for over 10 years, and we noticed a need in the housing market for reliable, professional, and specialized cleaning and finishing company.
They come in with spunk and personality, a lot of energy, and they take pride in their business.
We offer a wide array of cleaning solutions, no matter how big or small the job. Anything from new construction to move-in, move-outs, we do it all. Give us a call today to see how we can help you with your cleanup.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
With 15,000 square feet to explore, you'll find something special at the Antique Mall at Cashmere. For the do-it-yourselfers and those with a keen eye for making something old, fresh and new again, the Antique Mall at Cashmere is the place to come find your next project. From the coin enthusiasts to avid collectors, Antique Mall at Cashmere has treasures in every corner. Come find your treasure today. Antique Mall at Cashmere's friendly staff is here to help. Stop on by today.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Just as the cool mornings and evenings are returning to our valley, Carrier and Alpine Air are offering best-in-class rebates and promotions to keep your home comfortable and safe this winter. Call for your free estimate today. Ask about rebates to $1,650 and low interest, low payment financing. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call 662-6846. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, when I was a kid, there was a newspaper comic strip about a police detective called Dick Tracy. Do you remember him? And Tracy had this very unique item, a two-way wrist radio that he used as a walkie-talkie device. And we all thought, man, cool. Wouldn't it be great to have something like that? You know, it seemed impossible to imagine that we could just carry something around that we could use to talk to anybody. Well, of course, we have something better now, you know, cell phones. And I bring this up not just to exclaim the miracles of modern technology, but to express amazement at the incredible scientific advancement we enjoy. Not just that, but I want to ask a question. Could Dick Tracy use his two-way wrist radio to look at cute cat videos? I don't think so. Probably not, poor guy. Well, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody's entitled to my opinion.
This is the NCW Life Community Calendar brought to you by Local Tel. The 16th annual Wings and Wheels is happening this weekend at Eastmont Community Park. There will be a cruise, car show, activities for kids, and more. The Leavenworth Oktoberfest Marathon and Half Marathon is happening this Saturday. Go to teddriven.com/Leavenworth-marathon to register. For more information on other community events, visit ncwlife.com.
Leavenworth Oktoberfest. Fall is in the air and so is the aroma of sizzling bratwurst. It's time once again for the Leavenworth Oktoberfest. Enjoy 3 full weekends of fun for everyone. Your thirst will be satisfied with a variety of authentic German beer, and your hunger will be filled with German brats right off the grill. The sounds of Oompa will be delivered in 4 venues with live non-stop entertainment. For information or to purchase tickets, go on to LeavenworthOktoberfest.com.
Only one country could build a truck like this. Designed in California, engineered in Michigan, tested in Arizona, and assembled in Mississippi. Powered by Cummins of Indiana. The all-new Nissan Titan. It's an American classic. Is it on your list? come down and see us at Town Nissan behind Costco in East Wenatchee.
And welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz. It's that time of the year. Again, it's the first day of October, and it's time to start making some decisions about Medicare coverage. Make sure you're ready to go for 2019. If you're 65 years or older, pay very close attention to the next 6 or 7 minutes, because to talk about that from Health Alliance Northwest, to my immediate left is Jessica Arroyo, who's back again this year, and on my far left from Confluence Health is Shannon Sims. Welcome back to the program.
Thank you for having us.
It's good to see you again. Little something about Health Alliance Northwest 101. Give us what exactly is it that you do every day, Jessica?
So what I do every day is I educate our community on your options on Medicare. I know that we have family members, people that are getting ready to retire after the age of 65, or you just turned 65. Basically, I'm there to assist.
If you turn 65 in this calendar year, it's time to make that decision, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So, when does the actual period start? When do you have to say, okay, I'm ready to go?
So the new numbers are out for all of the companies October 1st. You can make a choice and submit an application October 15th through December 7th.
And then so you submit an application, and then what?
And then your plan starts the next calendar year, which is January 1st.
Okay, okay. So why should we go to?
So the reason that we are here today is we know that there is going to be a lot of market disruption, especially in our 4 counties. And we are here as Health Alliance to help assist our community with any of those questions, because any disruption just causes confusion. And we are so lucky to have events going on at Pybus Market the first 2 weeks of October for anybody that has any questions.
In fact, why don't we throw that up and you can walk us through, so people can go to Pybus right there on these dates and these times, and what are they going to find out when they go?
So these are seminars that are going over what Health Alliance has to offer, specific plan information, and these are at the top of every hour. So if you look at October 2nd, it's 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12. Gotcha. So it's every hour. So please, please attend. You don't need to RSVP. Again, there's a lot of disruption coming along, and we have our 5th Street office, but we expect a lot of overflow, so we have these meetings set up.
Shannon, how does Confluence Health fit into all of this?
Yeah, so Confluence Health and Health Alliance have been partners for the last 5 years. So I'm here just supporting and appreciating that Health Alliance is a affordable quality plan option in North Central Washington. So Health Alliance is the same as Confluence Health in Okanagan, Chelan, Douglas, and Grant counties. And from the provider perspective, what we appreciate about Health Alliance and a Medicare Advantage plan is the quality of care. We can do things together. For example, last year we had a bit of a billing issue where some of the Health Alliance members were getting inaccurate co-payment amounts. And so we worked together, Confluence Health and Health Alliance, to rectify that issue. And that's where the real local partnership comes in.
Do a lot of people have to make this Medicare decision? Is it just a royal pain in the rear end? They just put it off. They don't want to deal with the paperwork and decisions and stuff?
It can be, yeah. But that's why we're here. And that's why we wanted to get this word out October 1st, because just get it in front of you, glance at it, so you make an informed decision on what you want your coverage to be for the upcoming year.
As we continue to age, especially the baby boomer generation, one of the biggest expenses from a healthcare standpoint is prescription drugs. Correct. That's a huge, huge expense. How does that fold into that?
Yeah, and that's the nice thing about what Health Alliance has to offer. It's medical and prescription coverage. So it's something that's familiar to those baby boomers, that they have everything nice in one tidy package. So that's what we're here to offer.
And it's not scary, right? It's not a scary thing.
It's not scary.
Okay.
No,
and you're very pleasant. People, you saw that slide, people, I can't make it or whatever. Can they just call you, drop by? How does that work if they just want to
Absolutely. Please come. We are open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, on 316 5th Street in Wenatchee, right across the street from Jack in the Box. Or you can give us a call at 877-561-1463.
And you'll walk them through the whole process.
Walk you through the process.
It's not scary.
It's not scary.
Give us those deadlines one more time, because that's the most important thing, because people are going to kick this can down the road until they absolutely have to do it.
So everything, the plan information is out today, October 1st. You can submit an application October 15th through December 7th. That will take effect January 1st of 2019.
One more question for you, Jessica, because I know you're busy. How much homework can people do in advance before they sit down with you? Can they go online and compare and things like that?
You can go on to Medicare.gov. It will give you information of all of the plans that are available in your area. You can go on to Health Alliance Medicare.org, and you can look at our plan information online. You can request information to be mailed out to you, or give us a call and we can mail it out to you.
But the bottom line is, it's a good idea to do some homework, whatever you can in advance, and then whatever questions you have, Health Alliance is going to take care of you in that regard.
You.
So,
Yes.
you like your job?
I love it.
Yeah.
I actually love it.
Same question, Shannon. You like your job?
Love my job. Love my job, and we love the partnership with Health Alliance.
Yes.
And so, also, if you forget any information from this segment, Patient Services at Confluence Health is ready to be able to direct people to Jessica or a trusted resource to learn more. So, in our contact center. So.
Having spent some time in Confluence Health as a patient, I can tell you the patient services there, you pick up the phone and they're all over it. You guys really know how to take care of your people. Yeah. You really
Well,
do.
we just really appreciate this partnership and then that we have just this affordable quality product for Medicare eligible in North Central Washington.
All right, PIBUS, again, throw that up one more time, please, Kat, if you don't mind. Write that down, take a screenshot of it, and if you have any questions at all, as Jessica said, just drop by their offices on 5th Street. They'll be more than happy to sit down and visit with you. Jessica and Shannon, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having us again.
Have a good Monday, all right?
You too.
Yeah. Our friends from CASA are coming up next. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley live this morning from studio. Pick a number.
3
in downtown Wenatchee.
NCW Life Channel is proud to present the Spotlight on Business. We're going behind the scenes to bring you the story of local businesses throughout North Central Washington. How did they get started? And why are they so successful? We'll answer these and other questions each week with Spotlight on Business, Sundays through Fridays on the NCW Life Channel.
This is State Representative Kerry Kandata inviting you to watch our new and improved 12th District 2.0 show. Now featuring more information on federal, state, and local issues in a leaner, faster format. Guest hosts John Wise and Shiloh Shower bring it all home with yours truly, Kerry Kandata. Why do we call it 2.0? Because just like me, it's the stronger, faster, and lighter version of today's politics. Also available on demand at ncwlife.com.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.
Did you know that our pets can put on extra weight just like us? Obesity is the most common preventable disease in dogs and cats. Your pet's excess weight can lead to health issues like joint pain, arthritis, diabetes, high blood pressure, and more. Dr. Shauna Baez and the staff at Paws and Claws Veterinarian Hospital care about your pets, and they can help you keep them lean and healthy. Call Paws and Claws today at 888-PAWS or find them on the corner of 4th and Isle in East Wenatchee.
Hi, Justin here, owner of Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere. Club Crow is your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue. We are your one-stop bar and grill, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Looking for a fun night out? Join us at Club Crow Saturday nights. We have live bands to rock the night away. Club Crow is bringing comedy to Cashmere. Check out our Facebook page for upcoming dates. Live jam session first Sunday of every month. Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere, the coolest place in town.
And welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Rarely does a day go by around our broadcast metroplex when somebody doesn't tell me to take a hike. Well, this weekend I can take a hike, and I can do it for a very good cause. CASA, court-appointed special advocates. To my immediate left is Dory Foster, who's part of the CASA organization, and everybody knows the lovely lady. To my far left, Sue Baker. You have some explaining to do, young lady. I did not want to see this when I woke up on Sunday morning. Wenatchee World Children's Advocate Sue Baker to retire. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Second of all, don't.
No, it's time. It's time to retire.
Talk about the decision to hang up the spurs.
Well, I've been doing this a long time. Started the program in 1994, and you know, since the article says it, I'm going soon to be 75. I've been doing this a long time. You know, it used to be you retired when you're 62, 65, and it's time to turn the reins over, and you know, get some new blood, and yeah. So
you would not be retiring if you weren't confident that CASA is going great guns and they don't really need you anymore.
They do not need me. Yeah. They will. We're in the process of hiring a new executive director. I should pretty much know this week, and it's you know, it's the time for change. We've seen a huge increase in the number of kids coming in, which is unfortunate. And hopefully we can, you know, spread our service and do more.
What are you going to do?
For our kids. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
Going to
volunteer for the Y.
Yeah. So, and Dory's with the YMCA, and so it's been great beginning to know Dory, and she's helped. We took our 18 program, which was a mentorship program for foster youth, and then she graciously, and we worked together on transferring that program to the Y. It's now called Meant to Be, and it's been able, Dory's been able to take it and, you know, put it out there for other kids in our community to have mentors. And so it's just been a great partnership, and now with the Hike for the Cause is coming up, and
well, Hike for a Cause is coming up, and we'll talk about that. It's a unique fundraiser and a really neat way to draw attention to CASA. One last question: you mentioned you're busy at CASA, court-appointed special advocates, and that stinks.
Yeah, it does.
It just stinks that you're busy.
It does. We are actually starting a new training tomorrow to train volunteers, community volunteers, to be able to advocate for our kids. You know, I'm not really sure why, but we're serving over 200 kids this month. You know, I went back and looked at the numbers from when we started, and we had 20 kids. Of course, that was in 1994, and there's been a lot of changes and a lot of more stressors and higher incidence of drug use, which interferes with safe parenting of children. But it also tells us something about society, and we need to start making children the priority. And I think by, you know, the things that Dory's been doing with the Y and other organizations in the community.
I had Jessica Johnson on last week.
Yes.
They do great work.
They do. Children's Home Society, Catholic Families. Really, I think the community is starting to, you know, pull together and do a lot more partnerships, that kind of thing, which is going to be really helpful for our children and our families.
The vicious cycle can be broken. If everybody works together and rows in the same direction, it can be. There's a lot of people say it's never ending, but it's a falsehood. It can be broken.
It can be broken. It is, you know, we just need to have a deeper understanding of how our children come into this system, and then what can we do to help them overcome, have services available to the kids and to the families. And being, I mean, I noticed Judge Ferreira is working on the drug court for Superior Court. Extremely important. It's had good success in other areas, and I really look forward to seeing the outcome with that.
And you have to have faith, don't you?
You have to have a lot of faith.
You have to have a lot of faith, absolutely. Let's go take a hike, Dory. Let's get out of here. Let's get some exercise. Let's help out our friends at CASA. Talk about the big event coming up.
So October 13th is our Hike for a Cause. We've tagged it 5,000 steps for 5,000 kids because collectively we serve that many kids throughout the year, and we just thought it would bring great awareness to our organizations, but it would also allow kids to help other kids, and that was the real driving force behind this. What can we do? All levels of kids, the little tots to the older kids to all adult kids, and but we're climbing Saddle Rock together and bringing focus to our cause.
It's a great idea because the biggest problem that 501(c)(3)s have is funding, and they have to come up with new and unique ways not only to raise money to keep yourself in operation, but also raise awareness and raise the profile of the organization. People do golf tournaments, they do banquets and dinners and fun runs, along the river. But this is something unique and new. So first of all, whose ideas was this? Because this is a great idea.
Her staff.
Really?
Yeah.
You sat around, Sue, and brainstormed. What can we do?
We don't do a lot of brainstorming. It's kind of like that. Yes, we're a nonprofit, and that is something that's different for the CASA program because there are 33 programs in the state of Washington, and all of them but 4 of us are court-based. So it's kind of unique. In one way, it's helpful because being a nonprofit allows us to get all that information out there about CASA. So it helps us recruit and volunteers who do this important work. So it's important. So I have Heather Baker, who, yes, happens to be my daughter that works with CASA, and then Kinsey English, who, it's Conley now.
Yes.
She just got married.
She got married.
And they have that, drive to think of things that are new and exciting. And so I said, this is a great idea. You will find me at the table at the beginning, handing out information and asking questions.
It ties back to what we began this conversation for, young blood.
Yeah.
The younger generation, the next generation. I worry about the next generation volunteering their time and getting involved in important organizations and important things that help raise everybody's goodness in the valley, but the staff that you have at CASA and at the Y. I've met a lot of the new young kids who've come in to make their careers in this field, and they're doing good. Yeah. They're doing great guns.
They are. We have a huge community of youth that do volunteer and want to get involved. I mean, my daughter Heather has an identical twin, and she works at the Y over in Seattle in an independent living program for foster youth. They're having a difficult time transferring out into the real world. And neither of them, I volunteered them for years. And neither of them, planned on going into nonprofits, and here they are. Right back in because they care, and there are so many young people that care about their community, and so we need to listen because they have new ideas, they have a passion, and we want to keep that alive.
And they're moving here from out of the area to come here and get involved in nonprofit, and that's fantastic if you ask me.
Yes, we've had more young people actually volunteer for CASA that are taking the training and wanting to get involved in the actual
The training is very intense, and it's it's difficult work, but it's well worth it. And as Sue mentioned, they start training right away. So get a hold of the friends at CASA. In the time we have left, let's go back to the 13th. How do people get involved with the hike? What do they do?
They can do one of 2 things. They can either show up that day, or we encourage them to go to either one of our websites and click on the Hike for the Cause link, and you can register, you can sponsor, you can volunteer, you can do all of that. So there is no minimum to participate. We just ask that you come ready and for a great hike and a great cause.
And you don't have to hike it. If you just want to show up and hang around and watch other people climb Saddle Rock, people like, say, me would be hanging around and watching other people hike. You're under no obligation to do it if you just want to donate money and show up.
right.
But I would love to see just nothing but a long train of people all the way from the trailhead all the way up to Saddle Rock on the 13th, correct?
Correct.
That's a great time. So you know what else is going to happen, Sue? Because now word's out. People are going to be hitting you up for all kinds of time now.
I got dibs.
Sue Baker
I got
has
dibs.
time.
You know I got dibs.
Yeah, she says, oh, you'll be on board. I'm going to take a little bit of a break.
Good for you. Good for you. Well, do me a favor, please, before you actually retire, please come by and see me one more time. Please,
I will.
Okay?
I will.
And
And I'd like to introduce whoever the new ED will be.
Please.
Yeah.
Will you autograph this for me, Sue?
Aww.
Everybody, have a great Monday. We will see you tomorrow. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Till then, bye-bye.
Thank you, Beth.